name is Shivani, and this is 6ix9ine Dream Interpretations, where I'd be totally stoked if you sent me your dreams or put them in the comments, and then I can make videos and have some content right now. Okay, so I'm really stoked. My friend from the internet, I only know him on the internet, but I do know that he lives in Oregon, so I live in California, and we talk on the internet, and his name is Dan. Daniel Lee sent me another dream. I'm really stoked because it wasn't X-rated this time. Daniel Lee says, I was an observer of a woman that was observing some ogres, and then they told her to keep away, and yet she wandered through an entranceway that was covered in vines. Then she slid down a massive slide and landed. I viewed that she was in trouble, and I materialized in front of her as Paula White and offered to help her home. So I taught her how to do that by touching her shoulders, by her touching her own shoulders, and by giving her the idea to visualize what her home looks like, what her driveway looked like. She chose to visualize her driveway. I had her close her eyes at the same time and visualize the smell, taste the air, and the feeling of cement under her shoes. And it worked. We were safely at her home. She was safe now, and I hugged her goodbye. And that's the end of the dream, I think. Yep. Okay, well, thank you so much, Dan, and thank you so much for watching my videos to everybody, and thank you so much for liking. I really appreciate it, because I didn't know if this was going to work out, and I just really appreciate everybody that has been watching, and yeah. Okay, so we'll start from the beginning. I was an observer, which means like becoming aware of a woman. Now, a woman, that's going to mean, you know, your inner female traits and qualities. Qualities like nurturing, intuition, generosity, sensitivity. But they're all going to have to do with your inner female, I believe. It could have to do with your life too, the feminine side of your life. Sympathetic, receptive, creative, nurturing, intuitive. Yeah, I think I named them all. So, okay. So, let me start at the beginning. An observer becoming aware of a woman, your feminine traits. So Dan was observing in his dream a woman who in turn, was observing or becoming aware of some ogres. So I know that like monsters mean like personality traits that are like mean, that act terrible, and that are like unfair. So Dan might be observing parts of his inner feminine that he feels like are monsters, or of his life's feminine aspects that feel like there's monsters, or even a feminine in his life that feels like might be a monster. Maybe me, because I didn't text him back on time. No, I'm kidding. Then they told her to keep away, which, I would think like it just means like a vibration of like your own inner self telling yourself to stay away from that thinking those bad thoughts. Yet she wandered. So wandering means non-serious progress or no clear destination. She wandered through an entranceway. So that's an opening to something. We don't know if it's going to be good or bad. Dealing with ogres here. I have to take the balance of the dream. Okay, I can't read my own writing. The entranceway was covered in vines. Now, vines can mean situations that have grown too rapidly, situations that have become too entangled, too quickly, and complicated, intricate involvement. And even more negatively, vines can mean like someone's influence in your life has gotten too intricately involved, too involved. More on the positive side of vines, though, it's like it could be like the entangling of a relationship, how you end up sharing everything, and in your growing levels of experience. Then she slid down a massive... Okay, so sliding means losing control of a situation. Shouldn't have been thinking about those vines of intrusive thoughts. Now she slid, or his inner feminine, slid down a massive slide. So a slide is like feeling good, taking a chance, feeling good with risky behavior, riding out risky behavior till the end, like really just kind of like you're getting a kick out of it. And then she landed. And so landing is like, if you think of an airplane landing, like it's the end, it's a completion of something, the end of a trip, or like the completion of a journey or a task. I would say view means became aware, that she was really in trouble. So feeling like that in the dream is kind of like reflecting your waking life feelings, that there might be trouble, or like the need to like avoid danger, like the need for caution to avoid problems. There might be some insecurity in your real life. And I materialized in front of her. Now that's good, Dan. That's the kind of thing we women want to see. It's like a hero. He materialized in front of her to save her. And like materializing is kind of like being aware of the material. Like, so he materialized himself. So he's aware of himself. So if you're looking at it like this is his inner female or his inner feminine, maybe he's becoming more aware that his inner masculine should maybe take the reins more, or maybe become a divine masculine that comes to rescue her. That would be cool. Don't just let her be in charge, since he's... I mean, you know, there's feminine and masculine in everyone, and anyone can be anything they want, obviously. But this has something to do with his inner feminine was coming out really strong, and all of a sudden his inner masculine comes in and like wants to rescue her and help her. So I actually love this. I love this. It seems that it's really healing and really balancing for your inner personality and your inner self to be balanced. I like it. And I materialized in front of her as Paula White. Now, Paula White, I looked her up. That's a famous person. Famous people always, it's like you pick the main parts of their personality that you just are blatant in front of you. And that's parts of yourself that you love. So when I looked at Paula White, it says pastor and spiritual advisor. So it seems like a real... Yeah, pastor and a spiritual advisor. It seems like a real spiritual authority. So I think that Dan is really balanced in his inner feminine, because now he's got two inner feminines, I think, going. Where'd the other girl come from? Okay, well, the other woman is going to be a reflection of himself, but now he's become Paula White as well. So there's a really good balance he's got going on, where he's really in touch with his inner feminine, which is really, really good, ladies. Dan might be a good man. But anyway, so he appears as this real spiritual authority, like a real spiritual authority, tells the other woman... Wait, what did I write down? Oh, and offered to take her back home. So he appears in front of her as Paula White and offers to take her home. I love it. It's so cute. like a hero, like a man should be. Hearing for himself, for his own inner feminine, like he's protecting and being really super spiritual for his own inner feminine, and for any and all feminines. It's a reflection of everything, his life, the feminines in his life. He's protecting. He seems like a real protective soul, which is really good. So the camera cut off, so hopefully I can figure out how to edit this all together. I'm learning all this. YouTube, thank you, YouTube. But I was talking and I didn't know, and it wasn't recording. So he appeared as Paula White, right, in front of her. He's being the hero for everything, being the spiritual warrior, like Paula White. And then, and he had offered to teach her how to visualize to take her back home. Or he said he offered to help her back home. So he taught, he says, I taught her. And teaching is being like solution oriented, and by having her touch her own shoulders. Now, usually touching means getting more personal, but in this case, I think it kind of means noticing more your inner self, because it could mean like in a dream, like if a famous person like touched you that you didn't know, or say just a stranger, don't say a famous person, like say just a stranger that doesn't know you touched you in your dream, they might be like noticing you for the first time. But like touching can mean getting personal, especially if you already know the person, because it kind of means the same thing. But I would think it means, because she's meditating within her own self, that it means like she has to get in touch with her own self. She has to notice her own inner self. So she has to really get grounded in her own self. That's what I think touching means in this case. And so she's touching her shoulders, which your shoulders are your capacity to carry weight and to shoulder burdens. Shoulders also can represent like your strength and your endurance, your strength and your reliability. And by giving her the idea to visualize, which I would say is like imagine what her home, which is your familiarity, your normalcy, and your security. So he's telling her to focus on what her home looks like. And I would think that means like having like a special focus on it, you know, looking, careful thoughts about it. So she's focusing on her home and what her home looks like and what her driveway looks like. And actually, your driveway means your contentment with a choice. I had to start the phone again, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so, where was I? He was telling her to take the time to visualize her driveway. Oh yeah, her driveway. Your driveway is a contentment with the choice, so that's good. Oh yeah, and the smell. God, I hope you guys got that. The whole thing about the smell. Now I've had the phone cut off like 3 or 4 times. So your smell is your intuition. Okay, I just have to add that. Your smell is your intuition. So if you get a really good smell or really bad smell, it has to do with your intuition. I had a whole speech about it. I don't know if it's in these or not. I'm not very good. I just appreciate you guys watching my YouTube channel, because hopefully practice makes perfect and I can make better content for you guys. I'm trying. I want it to get better. So he's telling her to visualize the smell and the taste of the air, and okay, and so your air, someone's calling now. Your air is something that has incredible capacity to make you happy, make you successful, and make you feel normal, but it's also something that you might take for granted, or you might not think about very much. That's air. And he says it worked, and they were at her house. They were safely at her home. So safety can mean feeling reassurance that risk has been averted. And wow, I'm having deja vu that my friend. Oh my god, I'm getting texts. I can't even see myself. Okay. They're safely at her home, and so your home is your familiarity, your safety, your security. She was safe now, and he hugged her. So, safety again. He's embracing. A hug is embracing. So safety is feeling reassurance and that a risk has been averted. And he's embracing it because he says he hugged her goodbye. So he's hugging her and he's embracing. And he's also embracing the ending because it's a conclusion, because he's saying he's hugging her to goodbye. So it's embracing the ending of it. So I hope you guys loved my dream interpretation. Thank you so much, Daniel Lee, for sending me this video, or this dream. And thank you so much for watching my videos and giving me watch time. And thank you so much for sending me in content. If you are thinking about it, it would really help me out. And thank you guys for everything. I really appreciate you guys all, and I love all the YouTubers too. Okay, as well. Thank you.